What is up? Welcome to another edition of SacTown Movie Buffs. Once again, I'm Kier, and unfortunately, we do not have Jason today. He didn't get a chance to actually see this movie in time, but since it's the biggest, baddest movie on the block, I wanted to go ahead and just do a quick review of The Batman. So I say, without further ado, I say let's get into it. So The Batman. So it's the latest, obviously the latest big blockbuster Batman film that's out in theaters right now, which stars Robert Pattinson as Bruce Wayne. It's got Zoe Kravitz as the Catwoman. Jeffrey Wright is Lieutenant Gordon. You have Colin Farrell plays the Penguin, which is completely unrecognizable with his makeup. And then you have Paul Dano, who plays the Riddler. So what makes this film a little bit different than, I guess, the previous Batman films that we all know and love? Obviously different than the Dark Knight trilogy, different than all the other Batmans that have played, Michael Keaton's. So this one is more of it's a much darker, edgier Batman. And this one is actually more of a detective film. So it's kind of like a throwback to the old film noir films, where in this case, Batman is actually a detective. He's actually trying to track down the Riddler, who has been basically assassinating, a lot of times on camera or TV, very high influential people that he believes are just or unjust and corrupt. And so the Riddler has been basically assassinating a lot of high-ranking police officers and law enforcement and mayors and mayoral candidates and things of this nature. And Batman is basically trying to catch him. So the Riddler is basically killing these people. Then he's leaving notes for basically Batman to come in and find those notes, and leaving like little clues that have something to do with Batman's past, and obviously also has some sort of tie-in to the people that the Riddler has been killing and leaving clues for. So it's a much different Batman, in my opinion, just in the simple way that this Batman's constructed. He's not just, he does go out at night. He is looking for bad guys and things of this nature. But he's a different tone, other than like Christian Bale's Batman. He's not like the brooding Batman with the gruff voice. He's not all why. He's not that Batman. He pretty much uses kind of like a normal speaking voice when he's Bruce Wayne, as well as he is Batman as well. And he actually takes a lot of punishment in this one as well. He's not just like coming through just always powering his way through bad guys. I mean, he gets hurt. He tries to do things to get away and escape, and hurts his knee, and sometimes is limping away instead of running away and that sort of stuff. And and he does have some pretty cool gadgets in this one, but he doesn't have like his Batmobile is just looks like a souped up old school muscle car versus the futuristic looking cars that you can see in the past. And then his Batmobile, the bicycle or bike or motorcycle, it just basically just a regular motorcycle. There's nothing too special about it. Doesn't have a bunch of super cool gadgets and things of this nature. So in some ways, he's kind of more of a realistic Batman, which I actually kind of liked. So overall, I thought it was a pretty good story. I like the film noir aspect of it. I like the detective work aspect of it. Kind of remind me of like a lot of people compared it to, I think, like Zodiac and that sort of thing, which I wasn't a hugest fan of Zodiac, but it does have that same kind of feel where he's like basically trying to track down like the serial killer in a nutshell. So it's kind of a like a detective tracking down a serial killer, obviously with the help of the police department as well. And there's a lot of policeman involvement as well in this one also. The cops are kind of not really sure about the Batman. Obviously, he's always kind of played like that vigilante character, but in this one, even more so. It seems like in this one, pretty much the whole department is kind of against him, except for Lieutenant Gordon, who's friends with him and trusts him. But everyone else kind of looks at him like, because Batman's kind of showing up to crime scenes and things of this nature. He's examining evidence, and they're all like, well, this guy's not even a detective. Why is he here? So he does have that power struggle with them. And then obviously Zoe Kravitz is playing the Catwoman, who's kind of like the sidekick in this particular vehicle as well. And also has some kind of ties into, maybe why the Riddler's doing what he's doing, some kind of ties into her background as well. So it's a real interesting film. Don't want to go into too many spoilers or anything of that nature. I'm just going to overall just say I liked it. I thought it was a fun film. I think it's a great change to, like I said, the previous Batman. I like that they did something different with this particular story. They didn't just come out with another Batman, another storyline that we've all seen in her before. So I do like that this one kind of takes a little bit of a different approach. My only small gripe with this particular film would be the fact that for one, it's long. I mean, it's like 2 hours and 95 minutes long. So it's a very, very long film, which I mean, you can argue whether it needed to be that long or not. I take that as there's some films that are like 3 hours that I feel like just breeze by. This one I felt like did for the most part until the end, and that's my only other slight gripe with the film is I felt like it went on a little bit longer than it needed to be to kind of wrap itself up, and it just didn't have the most. I don't know. I'm saying the most satisfying conclusion for me. So I just had some small minor gripes issues, just kind of with the way that it ended. You know, you're kind of expecting like he's kind of like this detective hunting this serial killer, if you will, and so I'm kind of expecting like this big showdown kind of thing, and it kind of happens, but not in the way that I had expected, and that's all I'm going to say about that. I just kind of leave it at that. Other than that, it's a really, really good film. If I have to give this one a grade, I'm actually going to give it one of my coveted highest grades, as my co-host Jason would say. I'm actually going to give this one a 4 stars out of 5 because I definitely enjoyed it. Definitely something I will see again. It's definitely a film that when it comes out on Blu-ray, it'll be added to the collection. So there is that. So if I had to give this one a face, just got a big old smile, just because I really did enjoy it. Like I said, it's a really, really fun film. Well, and I said fun. I'm sorry. It's fun, but it's also really dark. So some people I do know that there are some people that may not like that aspect of it being as dark as it is, because it is definitely the darkest Batman that I've ever seen, and just in my opinion. So it is kind of void of any comic relief or any laughter or anything of that nature. It's a very serious film, which I appreciate, and I liked it. And to me, that's fun. And it's almost a horror film as well, because the Riddler is basically a serial killer, basically stalking certain individuals, within law enforcement and the government and that sort of stuff. And so it does have some horror elements to it as well. So I kind of appreciate that as well, that it kind of take that darker, more horror element approach to it. But let me know down in the comments. Have you seen the Batman? Did you like it? Did you not like it? What do you think this one? How do you think this one compares to the previous Batmans in terms of ranking? For me, it's up there. It's not better than the Dark Knight in my opinion, because the Joker really sells that one. I wouldn't even say it's better than Batman Begins. So I got it somewhere, in my opinion, probably around, maybe a little bit above the Dark Knight Rises for me. So maybe like the third best Batman of the Batman series, just for me personally. I feel like these ones just stack up a little bit better than like the Michael Keaton and the George Clooney Batmans and those sort of things. That's just my personal opinion. So, but let me know your thoughts, your takes on it. As always, if you like the channel, we ask that you like, subscribe, make sure you hit that bell notification, and hopefully both Jason and I will be back with another review for you guys again soon. We thank you for watching and hope you have a great day. Bye.